Hello and welcome everybody. Today we will build a blog article generator with the help of AI21. So let's get started. First, I already created this new file right here. And in order to get some idea of what we will be building, there are a lot of really great examples here on the AI21 Studio. Let's search for paragraph generation. So this is what I was looking for. And with this particular example, you can give the AI one section heading, and then the section or the paragraph gets generated for this specific heading. So the idea is just to feed in, let's say, for example, 5 different titles, and then get an entire blog article generated for these 5 titles. So let's get started right here. First, we will create a new dictionary with 5 different titles. So let's call it paragraph titles. And in here we can just add whatever we would like. So for example, I will go with the topic dogs. So how can I train my dog? And then with the help of Copilot, we can also generate another few right here. How can I train my cat? Okay, let's say, how can I keep my dog healthy? Then let's go with getting a new dog. That also sounds interesting. And let's go with how can I teach my dog to sit? Okay, so right here we have 4 paragraph titles. For now, let's do it like this example right here and generate 1 paragraph for each title. So in order to do that, we first have to iterate over these titles and then generate the paragraph for each one. So we can say something like, for title and paragraph titles, print title. And this, we can already run this, and this will just print out each title. But what we actually want here is actually generate a paragraph. So for now, we can use this playground to get some code that we can use in our small project. So for now, let's say generate a paragraph for a blog article about dogs. And then let's say current title is, and here we will add in the title dynamically at the end. And then we will say something like text for this, or let's say paragraph for this title. Now we can do a nice, really neat thing. We can just click here to show the code, and it will show the code for this example that we created right here. You can also choose different languages or use curl to use it directly from the command line. But for now, we will go with Python. First, let's copy this request import and move it at the top of our file. And I'm currently doing this in this notebook, but you can also do this in any Python script. This is just easier to use and run multiple times for multiple different articles. And then let's copy the second part here, where the actual generation is happening. And now what we want is for each title to generate a paragraph. So this is already looking pretty interesting. Let's switch out our title right here. So I will use f strings in Python to add the title from the loop here. And in order to actually get the response, we can just save this response as a variable and then print it out at the end. So we can say something like print, or we first need to convert it from JSON. So let's say data is res.json, and then let's print out data, and Copilot is here already knowing what we're looking for. So we only want the completion and, for example, not everything else that comes with this response. Yeah, so for now we can actually test this. Let's run the import request first, and then generate each paragraph for this title. And you can see that we still need to pass in our API key, and you can find your API key on this AI21 Studio. You would simply click here on your small profile, go to account. We don't want to save these changes for now. And now we can just copy this API key. If you're doing this by yourself, please don't share the API key with anyone, because this should stay private. And let's just paste it in here. And now we can just run it again. Let's see if something's happening. And you can already see that there are some paragraphs being generated right here. So what we can do now to actually have a better output is also print each title before the paragraph is generated. So we can do here title, and so that we know when the paragraph ended, we can just say something like print and then add like these dashes here. So yeah, let's run it again. Okay, it's always printing these titles at the top here. Interesting. Yeah, and then we have like the small paragraph. We can try to increase the length of this text by first increasing the tokens right here. And if you want, you can actually add some examples to this prompt right here in order to get a specific text length. So for now, what we can actually add is, because you have to put in some work actually coming up with these paragraph titles right here. So we can just use AI21 to come up with these titles with basically no effort. And what you can simply do is go back to the playground and go for something like generate 10 paragraph titles for blog article about, and then here the topic at the end, and this will also be dynamically added in our code. So we can just copy and paste this again. Yeah, let's do it at the top right here. Just paste. And now we have to dynamically add the topic. So in order to have a better readability right here, we can just say something like topic is, let's say for now, cars. And then we can just add this topic right here. Yeah, and then just like at the bottom, let's just save the response in an object and then print out, or first we have to convert it to JSON. So data is res.json. And then we can print out data, what exactly was it right here? Data completions. All right, it's looking good. We still have to add the API key. I will just copy it from down here. Let's run this. Yeah, and so now we have like these, it's not exactly 10 paragraph titles, but like I already said, you can add simply add like some examples at the beginning of each prompt, and then you will actually have better results. So I can also show you this. Generate. So right here we have cars, and in front of this we can actually say the same thing, but about, let's go with dogs again, and let's go with 5. And now we will just use how to feed your dog healthy, how to train your dog, how do dogs communicate, let's say different dog breeds, and the 5th one can be what do dogs hate, for example. Yeah, let's just show the code again for this. I will just copy this single line because this is the only thing we modified. Let's go to this in the code, paste it in here. Now we have to switch out this topic at the end. So this is again topic. And this was prompt. Let's make this an F string. And now that we added actually these examples, we told the model to actually what to do, or we gave it better instructions what to do. And now there will be also 5 topics generated for the topic cars. Okay, that's interesting. There's probably some mistake here. We're adding the topic at the end. Let's look at the code again. Prompt. Let's print this out in another way. We can increase this max tokens because 200 isn't really a lot. So now it's working. So yeah, and like you can see, we now have 5 different paragraph titles, and we can use these as inspiration to add to our dictionary right here. So we can just do this right now. So we will have one article about dogs and one article about cars. And yeah, let's say how to buy a car. And I will add one keyword right here to get longer generations. Yeah, so we switched out the paragraph titles, and now we can just run this again and generate a paragraph for each paragraph title. And down here you can see that we're looping over each title and we're getting a small little paragraph for each title. And you can just copy paste this from here and put it on your social network or blog, basically wherever you want. I hope this tutorial was useful to you. I highly recommend checking out AI21. their playground is great. They have a lot of good use case examples right here. Yeah, and I hope this was helpful to you and you were able to learn something today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.